guys. Welcome back to my little channel. What y'all got going on? Listen, my name is Olivia. If you don't know that by now, make sure that you guys are liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Y'all know I would greatly appreciate that. All right. Of course, if you would like a more personal, okay, if you would like a more personal one-on-one phone call or video chat with me, all the information is going to be in the description box of this video and the pinned comment that I'm gonna pin eventually at some point, okay? At some daggone point, all right? Let me turn her up a little bit, because see, I don't be knowing if she be too much light, too little. I don't know, but we gonna figure it out. Listen, so as you can tell by the title, okay, the vibe here is about not arguing with a fool, all right? Now, I don't know why, but when I was younger, there was like this like analogy or whatever. I think it was like a teacher or somebody that had said in class one time, but it was just like if you were looking at two people arguing like from way back, you can't really tell who is who. You don't know who the fool is, because y'all both look dumb, okay? Because y'all both look dumb. Um, but yeah, but that was like the biggest vibe that I was getting here was more so it was about pick your battles, but then it's like I didn't want to name the video pick your battles because it's like okay, like of course people gonna do that. So no, more so the message is about not. I feel there's a vibe to around like labels, okay, labels and titles or something. Um, I don't know what y'all got going on. Of course, there could be a lot of transitions when it comes to like romance for a lot of people as well, like trying to put a title or like name something, like not really knowing what to call this little situation, okay? Y'all will figure it out, y'all will figure it out. But listen, I got my handsy dancy notebook. Okay, y'all already know, I'm supposed to be jotting down some, I'm saying, the vibes or whatever. But listen, yeah, the very first thing that I have wrote down, like I said, picking your battles is going to be very important right now, and not going back and forth or arguing with nobody, specifically a fool. Okay, so somebody who just, you know, I feel like that you might end up encountering somebody that just they don't get it. What they're not getting, I'm not sure. It depends on what you're trying to have them to get, but I feel like that you might just end up going through like some type of struggle of if not coming to like a solution or a conclusion about something, is more so trying to figure out like different points of view, whereas nobody's really right or wrong. It's just like, what are we doing? It's like you could definitely be getting into like a dead end like situation. I mean, you could be getting yourself into a dead end situation with a person, a dead end job. You may feel like that you have a dead, I don't know, child, but you just feel like that there's no resolve to something that could be happening sometime soon here, okay? But either way, I just feel like that again, this is going to be about the fact that you do have choices and like freedom. So that's why it's, pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? Maybe as well, like some of you guys, you may be able to see something before you like get there. Like you kind of already know what the vibes are around the situation before something even pops off. Um, so that might be a thing too, where it's like you'll know how to navigate around it. Now this ain't even got to be that daggone deep, okay, or that daggone negative or anything. But it could just be, play your cards right in a situation. Like some of y'all may have gotten to the point of really understanding a person, really understanding yourself, something to where you can make very keen decisions. Okay, you can make some very like some type of decisions that you make. I feel like could end up really like impacting a situation that you're in. But I mean, hey, it could be for the good or the worst. I don't know. It depends on you. Um, but yeah, so for some of you guys, it's like you might already like know a bit of information. Listen, I'm reading this daggone thing, and I know I put down pick your battles, but I don't know why I keep reading like pick your batteries. Okay, like I'm not really sure. Okay, for some of y'all as well, it's like you might need to be mindful of like, you know you putting the batteries in somebody's back. All right, because somebody, they just might end up getting really cocky or just getting really full of themselves. Um, be careful that isn't you, but that's another vibe too. So it's like definitely be mindful of how you either treat somebody, but not like in a bad way, no, like in a good way. It's like don't overdo something. Like don't. Baby, I just remember this one time. Okay, this one time my friend was like, you know what, Olivia, you gotta stop showing him how much you're into him, and I was like, oh, and I'm just like, well, I mean, what is the point? Like, like why are we here? Like, I don't get it. Why are we here? All right. Some of you guys could be very blunt, very honest. But I do just feel like that there needs to be some type of balance. Okay, some of you guys could be dealing with a Libra, or you have a Libra in your chart, but it doesn't really matter. But it's just like there needs to, this could be the week. Okay, there's a lot around the weeks. All right, so there could be something developing over the next few weeks, or something happening within a week's time. But I think I I think I privated that video, so I don't know if it's public right now. But there was a romantic message that I did and titled it 2 weeks notice. All right, so I'm about to look 2 weeks notice. I don't know if it's up or not. If it's not, I'll bring it back up. Okay. If it's not, I'll make it public again. But y'all need to go watch that because that might end up being very significant here. But anyways, child. Um, but yeah, this just might be the week, like I said, of, oh yeah, like I said, being, I feel like having your wits about yourself and having that balance to make sure. I mean, look, if you're gonna overindulge in something or someone, it's just like, baby, make sure that they indulge in right back into you. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just basically equal give and take. Um, but yeah, some of y'all might be discovering, you might be discovering somebody that may be very selfish or just like very, they're just very full of themselves. So it's, I don't know, it's just something about, again, pick your battles, pick your batteries. All right, pick your daggone batteries. If you don't want somebody's head to be big and filled up, for the whole 24 hours, I don't know, pick some cheap batteries. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Listen, now I was getting about to. Some of y'all could end up encountering a sugar mama, sugar daddy. I don't know what y'all got going on, because that's kind of reminded me of that too. It's just like, where you're not trying to be, like, you're not trying to put on this front all day. Some of y'all may have to learn how to put on some type of front or put on some type of face, like for the moment, so you can get the greater good. Now, what the greater good is to you, I don't know. That's your business. All right. I'm not saying that there's going to be funds. I'm not saying it's going to be a car. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to be your own business, but whatever you're trying to get out of a situation, it's just like, it's like you got to play the part right now. You got to play the part. Once again, going back to the title, pick your battles. All right. So especially in situations where you feel like you're about to go after a position, you're auditioning for something, you trying out for something. I don't know, child. Whatever you got going on, baby. If you know you're trying to get chose, period. Okay. Okay. If you know you're trying to get chose, I feel like for some of y'all, there may be a chance of like a second chance at something, or to like view something again, seeing something in a different light, seeing something in a different type of way. For some of y'all who are on the opposite end of feeling like that you missed out, well, here's your chance. Okay, here's your daggone chance to possibly try to redo something. Um, I had wrote down too. No one can tell the difference between a friend and a foe at a distance. See, that was kind of like what I had wrote down, thinking about like that visual or whatever that like my teacher in elementary school like talked about, whatever, like basically seeing two. It ain't even gotta be two faceless like beings. 'Cause I'm just thinking of like like a black stick figure or whatever, and it's just like if they were both kind of like in a stance of arguing with each other, you don't really know who the fool is because they both look like fools. But there was something around like a friend or a foe at a distance as well. Um, so for some of you guys, it may be important to like bridge the gap, or like shorten the distance between you and a person, either you and a loved one, a friend, a romantic situation, or something. But it's like it's going to be very important to bridge that gap there or shorten that distance. Um, Now another vibe too that I got with this, what I'm saying, folk might be acting a little shady. Okay, somebody might be acting a little shady when they're not in your presence or vice versa. I don't know what y'all got going on, but again, pick your battles. Okay, pick your daggone battles. All right. So I feel like that for some of you. Look, I can't control what other folk doing, but I'm talking to you, whoever watching this here. If you have the chance to like either speak ill will on somebody or seek revenge or whatever it is, it might be best for you not, okay? It might be best for you not to take the daggone high road. I mean, you could do what you want, okay? But again, it's really about picking your battles, though. And I feel like, too, kind of going into a mode of like looking at all the lessons that you've learned, okay? Um, what these, I mean, I don't know what these particular lessons are. That's on you. You got to say your own personal thing. But, and I definitely get a vibe of like four. You might be seeing 444 a lot or 44, but a big vibe around four. Maybe there were four specific lessons or specific things that you can kind of say that you learned this year, or, something that you are reflecting on right now. Okay. So think about that. All right. Um, And there's also too here, I wrote down a big vibe around like you already know what to do in a situation. For some of y'all, it's like you already know what to expect from a person or from a situation. For some of y'all, it's just like, you've already seen what you need to, okay? Now, I feel like this isn't coming up just because. I feel that it may be that somebody may be trying to like plead their case or trying to explain something to you. But that's the thing is like you already okay. You already know what's up though. So definitely a big vibe of like don't be fooled by somebody. Um I mean y'all don't be fooled by your daggone self, okay? Because if you know you finna act out in a situation, it's just like baby, do what you need to do. Take your little time. Um to either collect yourself, to think about what you're gonna say, and then, go out there and say something to do something. Okay. But yeah, but take it for how it resonates. Like I said, if you already know in certain situations, you've already seen everything there needs to be seen, said, that everything there needs to be said. As well, this might even be talking about that there might be some new information. Okay, there may be some new information that comes towards you within a situation, and it's going to be up to you to determine what you're going to do with that, right? Like you need to decide like literally literally what am I going to do with this information? Okay, so you really need to decide what you're going to do. Um, Again, same vibe, picking your battles. For some of y'all, maybe you get some information that's going to piss you the hell off. For some of y'all, you get information that allows you to move forward in a situation. You know, some of y'all, it just might be a simple reply. You just asking a question and you're getting a reply. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It can be real simple. Okay, come on, shout out Lauren Hill. Okay, it can all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. And somebody like trying to explain something, like they might sound dumb. What is going on? Like somebody may be trying to explain something to you and like they just sound crazy, or it's something, baby, the math ain't mathing. Like the math is not mathing. um but yeah, I feel like that all in all, like you're gonna have to decide if something is a waste of time. I feel like that you may end up being kind of in limbo and not really sure about which way you're trying to go in a situation. Anyway, child, that's it. Okay. That's it. That's all. I just feel like definitely somebody might be coming to plead their case or give you some type of explanation. But I'm not saying to judge folk. However, okay. However, all right, if the story is sounding the same, if it's just something that's just a little too familiar, a little too similar, Now, some of y'all too, you might even be experiencing a new a past situation. That's where again you know what to do. That's again where the power lays back on you for you to pick your battles. Maybe this is a new situation, so you can't be like, yeah, I can't judge this person or this situation off of something else. Well, baby, that's when you got to take into account how you finna move. If you know if something goes left and it is gonna go the worst of what you're thinking, then you know how to move yourself and possibly with your emotions with something, either not to get too deep involved or again, child, just know how to navigate through it. All right. Um, and yeah, like I said, some of y'all too, if it's gonna be something new, then you can determine like, look, it might be starting out kind of the same, which I have had this message for a little minute. I've had this message that something may come towards a lot of you. I've had this like basically over this last year, is that something might be coming towards you, okay? And it might look exactly the same as other scenarios, other situations, other whatever, child. But I feel like that it's like the ending result. If you see it through, you gotta see it through, my boy, okay? You gotta see it through, my boy. Like if you see something through, then I feel like that it can blossom a different result. Okay, you're not crazy. You're not about to be going insane. All right, so that's it. Look, please make sure that you guys are liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Of course, if you would like a more personal, one-on-one, okay, intuitive life coaching session with me, all the information is in the description box and the pinned comment here. Hit me up. All right, like I said, for phone call or a live video chat with me. That's it. That's all. I love y'all so much. If you're gonna be here, make sure that you like the video because I would appreciate that. All right. And if you're gonna like the video, then you might as well subscribe. And then, all right, look, I gotta go. Bye.